Okay, day 105. This must be 7. Gosh, a lot today again. So, a couple of things. EEOC. I remember visiting Field McConnell a long time ago, and he told me, and we spent about 4 or 5 hours together, and you know, Field is kind of more the 9/11 guy, and he knows everything there is to know. But he did mention this EEOC thing to me, which I thought was strange. And I don't know if I have this right, because I met him probably 6 months ago in his little town in Wisconsin that he lives in. But he was saying that Christine Marcy, I think his guy that he talks to over in the XMI5 guy, the David Hawkins, I think, had mentioned something about her using the U.S. Marshals. And I met U.S. Marshals right here, and with the 333 and the whole half evil thing. And the way the U.S. Marshals are kind of goaded into kind of harassment or driving trucks in front of trains or making convicts do that, is through protection. You know, we're not harassing somebody, we're protecting our protectees. So they make them think that their protectee is being threatened by someone, and then they're like thinking, hey, I'm a protector here. So it's kind of one of those revenge motive things. But what he did say, what Field said, that I think she ran the EEOC. Now, this was the set-aside program. So, and this is why I thought the Laura Everly thing was so important. If she worked for the EEOC, what groups did she work for? Because the EEOC could get you a set-aside. I don't know if I connected the dots. I sent a thing to Jason yesterday just saying, remember that thing on the EEOC? And just hoping that that would be a lead. Because if it was Department of Homeland Security, they could be using Laura Everly and using her computer to give people EEOC recognition, if that's indeed who does a set-aside. I think it is. And that would be giving the Awan family tree, you know, the whole chain migration tree, the whole SIPOB tree, etc., their EEOC set-aside things. They also said, now this may be a little bit more on the conspiratorial side, but it would make sense U.S. Marshals flying people up from Haiti to Homan Square. No one would notice a black person. They wouldn't know that they spoke French. They'd just see the black person going into Homan Square and the way they go. So that may connect a dot there, may not. And I'm just kind of waiting for the memo tomorrow. I do other things to keep other irons moving, or other irons in the fire. But the other piece to this is, if indeed that is what is happening, there's EEOC numbers and Small Business Administration numbers that can be chased for every one of these Awan businesses. So there may be another whole data source. I really believe that it's going to be the same companies that we found yesterday with Conceras. It's going to be DISA, EEOC, Small Business Administration Set-Aside. It's going to be DHS. It's going to be Navy Port E, Navy Port-E, or Navy, is that a Navy Nav Seaport E? I can't remember. It's in the videos from yesterday from the Conceras. It's going to be all the Conceras' set-asides. There's a GSA set-aside. That's going to be an interesting number. There's going to be the Small Business Administration. I think it's a different set-aside. So all those EEOC numbers, really figuring out which departments. All we need is the departments that Laura Everly worked for. We know the Awans had access to that computer on a daily basis. So knowing what departments, if she did work for GSA, for instance, if she did work for DOD, if she did work for DISA, if she did work for DHS, just knowing that, if we could just get that from Laura Everly, we could be a long way down the track. Because if it does come out tomorrow that Imran Awan is in the Nunes memo as a source, then that's going to be very significant. Even if it isn't, it's going to be very significant. So, looking forward to that, the EEOC numbers, which government agencies was Laura Everly working for EEOC? That wouldn't be giving away anybody's secrets. I mean, that just should be a matter of public record. Laura Hendricks or Laura Everly, because they had Laurel Hendricks' email as well. And we'll get to Miss Jaquea later.